Because He is the restorer of our soul. Amen? Psalm 23 verse 3, He restores our soul. So you go before Him and say, God, I feel hurt. My boss shouted at me. My so-and-so offended me. So-and-so hurt me. I mean, we have all these hurts, these wounds that we've dealt, we received through the course of our day. We go before God, and in that presence, the time of communion with God, we receive healing. We come out whole. Those wounds have been healed in God's presence. So prayer is a time for inner cleansing and inner healing. Prayer is also a time when we receive inner strength and fresh. Amen? And we go before God when you're having a rough time, you're facing challenges, mountains are getting higher, valleys are getting lower, doors are getting stuck even harder, and all kinds of things are going wrong. You're discouraged, you want to give up. But as you go to God and you commune with Him, you are encouraged, you are refreshed, visions are renewed, dreams are restored. You're encouraged to go on. I like the way the psalmist prayed in Psalm 42, it's verse 7 and 8. He prays like this. He says, first he's talking to himself. He says, why are you cast down, O my soul? Just telling himself, he's recognizing his inner emotion. He's feeling cast down, and he's feeling very discouraged. So telling him, why are you cast down, my soul? Hope thou in God. He's the help of my countenance and my God. And the next verse he says, oh my God, my soul is cast down. So now he's telling God exactly how he's feeling. God, I'm feeling really down. I'm feeling discouraged, God. Therefore, I'm coming to you. I'm remembering you. I'm coming to you. Why? Because I know that when I'm feeling down, when I come to God, you can encourage me. Amen? So I encourage you and me, us to do this. You're feeling down, tell God, oh God, you may not use the technique. When I feel my soul cast down, you just say, God, I'm feeling bad. God, I'm feeling really upset. God, I'm really angry about this. God, I just don't understand. Whatever it is, you release that to God, because now God can bring healing. He can give you strength. He can revive your hope. He can rekindle the fire in such a way. Amen. You and I know that the verse in the book of Isaiah, the 40th chapter, verses 28 to 31, it says, don't you know about the Creator, the God of the ends of the earth, that He never faints, He never gets tired. But in fact, He gives strength to those who are weary. He revives the strength for those who are fainting. And that verse that says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not be weary. They will walk and not faint. So it's in those moments of communion with God that you are refreshed or renewed in your strength. You come out renewed in your inner man. Paul wrote this in 2 Corinthians 4. He said, though we are hard pressed on every side, we're not forsaken. No, we endure all these hardships. Pressed down, cast down, not forsaken. Then he continued in that same chapter, in 2 Corinthians 4, he said, but though our outward man perishes, yet our inward man is renewed day by day. Our outward man perishes. Our outward man is growing old, but the inner man is being renewed on a daily basis. Amen. And one of the places that it happens is in prayer. Your inner being is renewed day by day. The outward man is growing tired, weak, the inner man is being renewed. So that happens in prayer as you spend time communing with God. The inner man is renewed. You have strength to keep fighting, keep pressing on. Another thing that I like about prayer is that when you are communing with God, it's the time that you get God ideas.
Yeah.
Prayer is a two-way thing. Amen? Because when you speak to God, He speaks back to you. He gives you His ideas, His thoughts. Now many of us are so busy just talking to God. We make prayer a monologue. God, just listen to me the next half hour. And we talk, and we don't realize that, hey, maybe God wants to tell me something. What I want to encourage each one of us is this. Treat prayer as a communion. Treat prayer as a conversation with God. So that as you speak to Him, He also speaks to you. Now, how does He speak to you? He doesn't normally, or I shouldn't even use the word normally, God doesn't necessarily speak to us, with this loud, thunderous voice that breaks the heavens apart and says, "Thou art my beloved daughter, in thee I am well pleased." It's not the sound of thunderous waters that you hear, but as you're talking to God, God speaks to you, and many times it comes as thoughts, words, sentences, or just the impartation of a whole idea, pictures that sometimes people call visions. It's just a picture that come out of your spirit and comes into the realm of your intellect, where you can get a grip on it, you can grasp it, you can understand it, you analyze it, and then you do something with it. But it just comes as simple thoughts, just words, sentences, ideas that pop into your mind as you are communing with God. Now, God can speak to us anytime, but prayer is probably one of the best times because you've quieted yourself down and you're focusing on the Lord. So that's one of the best times when ideas hit. Now, it doesn't mean that every time God speaks, you're going to win the Nobel Prize. We cannot get the wrong idea that every time God speaks, something great will happen. No. Sometimes it could just be a simple idea. Make sure you have your breakfast today before you leave. So how would that be God? Because maybe you don't normally eat your breakfast, but God knows today you need to do it because your lunch is going to be way at 5 p.m. or something. Something's going to happen. You're going to get caught in Bangalore traffic. Or maybe you can just see an idea that says, can you call somebody today? Call someone for today. That's it. It's not something earth-shaking, but that simple phone call could mean something big for that person. And when did you receive it? That idea just floated up into your mind when you were praying. The point is, we must be attentive enough to capture all these ideas that come. So I like to write them down, or I try my best to remember them mentally, but if it gets so many, I make a point to write these things down, these ideas that come. And sometimes these ideas may not be ideas that come into fruition immediately. There may be ideas you write down today, and maybe a year later, it's time to act on that idea. But that year has been a year of you preparing yourself, getting yourself ready to implement that idea. So listen to God when you're talking to Him. Amen? And if you can listen to God in your times of communion and prayer, then definitely during the course of the day, you're still in tune. You can listen to God as He gives you more ideas and various things that you're doing. God's interested in all the things that you face. And He has something to say. I like what Habakkuk tells us in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1.